to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please stand for a moment of silence for retired Chief Bill Ingles? Thank you. So all Bill's information for his services are on the town website for the start of it, and the rest of the way for attending, go on to the town website for the information. So we just came out of non-public, and we're gonna tell you when the skills.
I make a motion to seal the non-public minutes.
So second, for discussion.
Your mics are on mute. Does it show mute?
Mine was, I fixed it.
You're all set?
Yep.
It should say,
Mute block.
no, that's turning it off.
Mine's running.
Now see, it says mute. Now it's off. Now it's good. So you're all set.
Okay, so second by Matt.
Well, second for discussion, I would friendly amendment to do so until such time as the majority of the board believes the circumstances no longer apply, except for the information that needs to be given to the bookkeeper, and there's information that needs to be given to the fire chief within the non-public.
Okay, roll call. Kate here? Edvin?
Aye.
Matt? Jolly?
Aye.
I'm an aye. No Kate yet. Okay, item B, request for traffic mirror at intersection of Route 108 and Peasley Crossing. That was an email from a resident,
Yes, and they are here today.
residents.
I think what I've done is, there's about, I think 61 residents that signed a petition looking for a traffic mirror installed on a utility pole at the intersection of Wentworth and Route 108.
Peasley.
I've spoken to the utility company. They said we can use the pole, but I am still waiting on the New Hampshire Department of Transportation to say that we can put it in that island as they own that. I've done a little research. I don't know much about these mirrors. I would think by looking at what the specs that we would be spending anywhere from like $80 to over $500, depending on the size and the quality. And then we still need a bracket to mount it to the pole and somebody to mount it to the pole. So it's not like just going up there and sticking a mirror up. So that's what I found for
Diane,
information.
did you talk to our insurance company? Just in case this mirror causes an accident from headlights?
No, I have
I'm
not.
just throwing this out. I'm not
Nope,
so much
I
against.
wouldn't- Nope, I think it would depend on where you position it, but okay, I can check with the insurance company.
Would our road agent have time to put it up if needed?
Diane, you said these are the residents that sent the email?
Yes, Rose is the
Guys
one.
like to speak? Well, road agent, you want to speak first?
State your name.
My name's Rose Cole. Do you want my address or?
You're on Lilac?
4 Lilac Way. I sent in a signed petition to put the mirror up there. I called the town hall and talked to Diane. I contacted the department in New Hampshire, and then they referred me to another department, and they told me that it was the town's responsibility, that they didn't do that anymore. And I put in the request with signatures. It's a very dangerous intersection. I don't know how many people on the board have driven there, but when I first moved here 2 years ago, I was terrified coming out of there. In the winter, it's awful. The snow's even higher. And the problem is, people don't do the speed limit. Even if they do the speed limit, coming around the corner is very dangerous coming, from the north.
Correct.
And I have a feeling we wouldn't get a stoplight. we can't get people to stop speeding unless you have a cop out there all the time. So the least expensive way to do this is to put a mirror up there and hopefully, you know, maybe save a life,
Okay,
no
so
accidents.
as you can see, Diane's working on it, and
Yeah.
give us a couple more weeks to see what the feedback is. And we'll
Okay.
get back to you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mike, do you have anything on that?
I mean, maybe, Mike Rivera, road agent, that intersection, and I don't think anybody would disagree, is a terrible intersection. We've been dealing with it for years, as long as I've been road agent, and then long prior to that. I will tell you, since the house sold, I think 2 years ago, New Hampshire DOT and myself and the police chief have tried, and we still are trying to work a deal out with the landowner to see if we can cut that hill down. The mirror's an okay idea, but it isn't gonna, most people won't see the mirror. Unless you know the mirror's up there and you're specifically looking for it, I don't think you're gonna see it or pay attention to it. It's better than nothing. And to answer your question, Edvin, yeah, the highway department has no problem installing the
I
mirror.
figured, yeah.
But everybody has to bless it because the DOT misled you. Those are both state roads. The town has zero jurisdiction on either one of those two roads, 108 or Peasley Crossing.
Yeah.
So we can't, and I've been through this multiple times with the state. We went through it just recently. We're putting the no trucking signs through Merrimack, which was a act of Congress to get that done. So, you know, if the mirror passes, we'll install the mirror. It's better than nothing, but we are still trying to cut that grade down and take the tree out.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
Hope we'll eventually have it.
Thank you, Mike.
So we'll get back to you, okay? Oh, go ahead. You have another question?
I just have a question. How long have you been trying to, you know, do something with the land or make this a safer intersection?
14 years.
Okay, so I think if you spend,
But the problem is, that's privately owned land. We can't do anything with it unless the landowner and the previous landowner was not agreeable to do anything.
right, my point is, you've been trying for 14 years. I think there has to be something there. And I disagree with you that no one would see the mirror. Every person that I approached agrees. Some people don't even come out of Peasley because they just, it's too dangerous. They go around to Thornell, is that the street? I don't think, you know, it's fair to ask people that they have to go how many miles out of their way if they're gonna go south anyway. You know, I think this is the least expensive thing to do to make that intersection safer. If you people have a better idea, that wouldn't take 14 years, you know, I think we're agreeable.
I think what Mike's trying to say is that we completely agree, but it's a privately owned land and it's a state highway.
No, you're saying it's privately owned, the hill's privately owned.
The land, as you look to the left, is all private.
Right, not where the pole is.
And the pole belongs to the state.
Right.
So again, we have zero jurisdiction
Yeah.
over the situation.
All right, so who do I go to if the state, if I go,
Diane's already,
Yeah, Diane's gonna be,
it's in the works.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
yeah.
okay. No, well, I misunderstood that. I thought you said the state misinformed me, but who do I go to if the
Well,
state?
the state misinformed you when they said go back to the town.
Well, that's what they,
I bet and they misinformed you
Yeah,
because
but
it's a state road.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Diane, representing the town, is dealing with the state, so it's in the motion, but sadly, the gears turn slow.
well, I hope
in
not
the
14
state
years.
agency.
Thank you.
Mike,
You're welcome.
Mike, doesn't the state own 12 feet in on both sections?
It depends on, it's somewhere around 10 to 12 feet. But that's a right of way, and that piece of property is a little, Charlie, we've been dealing with a long time.
Oh, hey, I got,
As a new homeowner,
Yeah.
has been a little bit more receptive to some modifications,
yeah.
so.
Oh, I know how it is, Mike. I got hit there.
The only suggestion I would make, and it's clear everybody sees this as a problem, obviously there's a lot of layers to the problem. Diane, as she just said, she's gonna look on that, but I think we should put it on an upcoming agenda so we don't lose track of this, you know, because
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what most people's fear is, that it's gonna be a black hole. But not like next meeting, but a few meetings down that we can.
Well, once I hear back from,
Sorry, can I suggest something? Because I'm not a big fan of putting things off to another meeting. If Diane gets the blessing from the state, can you guys agree tonight on spending a dollar amount for the sign? So if that comes,
mirror,
Mara,
okay.
if that gets approved and it's okayed by parties involved, then the only last part is to buy the mirror. Can you agree on a price on a mirror so you don't have to revisit this again? And we'll just put it up and move along?
Yeah, I wasn't saying that just have a meeting to have a meeting, but hopefully when we next talk about it at a meeting, it's done, but in case it's not. But do we have any dollar figure that we could attach to something like that?
$400.
The most expensive mirror is $500.
Yes, that's what my guess is. So you could do something not to exceed $500. And I'm looking at less expensive ones.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna make a motion to budget not to exceed $500 for a mirror for this purpose out of the highway budget.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. What?
That was gonna be Nancy's next question,
Where are you paying it from?
Yeah.
I have no money in on that, so that's fine.
We'll hook the ladder.
Take it out.
We'll hook the ladder for you.
Say again?
We'll hook the ladder for you.
We're good with that.
I'll second.
Second by Edvin, any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye.
So that was unanimous?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next, C, driveway permit application updated and needed.
Oh, you don't have to stay, you can go.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can explain this so we never have to revisit it, I hope. So, we've had a driveway permit, it's been modified a couple times. The last time was probably 5 or 6 years ago. So it's current for our needs. Unfortunately, we've run across a situation twice now in the past 2 years where a driveway has been installed, approved by the planning board, but really is not a driveway that's acceptable for its application. And I'll tell you the one that's topic at hand, Thornell Road. It's a long driveway, it's about 700 feet long. It's got a pretty good grade elevation to get to the lot. It's been approved by the planning board. My driveway permit, like most driveway permits for road agents, only concern themselves about the connection between the town road and the driveway for about 15 feet. Site distance, elevation, drainage, pretty basic. This driveway kicks in NFPA requirements. So with Diane, we've modified a driveway permit that just puts a paragraph in there that says needs to meet NFPA requirements if needed. Now that's gonna fall on the fire department, not on the road agent.
Right.
But by having it in the permit, they'll be aware that they have to suffice that before the driveway's accepted. And that's all we're looking to do. As I stand here and speak right now, the chief has been working, and this has become quite an issue. The chief, myself, have been working on this driveway on and off now for 3 or 4 weeks. Him, probably longer. And we're just trying to eliminate this redundant exercise of getting things approved, and then when they're out in the field, we've got to go back through and reinvent the whole wheel, because unfortunately the homeowners, and I truly feel bad for these homeowners and anybody else, or builders, that come in and think they're okay, and then they come to find out they're not, because it does not meet requirements for anything. This one just happens to be a driveway. So I'll come in front of the board. If it comes back that the fire chief's interpretation of the NFPA code is accurate, then I'm going to have Diane put that verbiage in, and that'll be the new part of the existing driveway permit, which will be a new driveway permit.
So I can update, because I don't think you were on the email for this. He did send something out today.
I didn't see it.
I know, the fire chief.
Yeah.
And it basically, it says that if it's a residential that's not sprinkled and the driveway is 150 feet or more, must meet NFA 1 code. So what I did on the permit is I put in residential home without a sprinkler system and a driveway over 150 feet must meet NFPA 1 code.
Okay.
So that would be the change.
So, the stupid question, can we do this?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's,
Public hearing?
oh,
This is his driveway permit that
yeah,
you're
but
putting
it
in.
is a modification. I don't know, Matt. I truly don't know the answer to that question.
Like I said, stupid question, maybe it's not a thing at all, but it seems like when we do stuff like this, we don't think people will be affected with a chance to weigh in. Maybe nobody does, right?
Well, and I mean, I wish I did maybe a little more research before I stood here. I'm only asking to add that one paragraph into the permit. I don't, I know, you guys know if that requires a public hearing? My gut's telling me it doesn't because it's a, I don't know, a
Code.
regulation, I guess, code, yeah.
Code, yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Really just code. We're not changing code.
If it's an NFPA code, and the voters have no say on it. As long as we adopted the NFPA standard for the state, which we,
Yes,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we adopted it years
to
ago.
a warrant
Well, I think
article.
it's part of the it's not like 1800. 1800's a completely separate, different NFPA codes. This is really part of the basic NFPA codes.
We usually just adopt, like, NFPA is up to edition 15. That covers all NFPA codes. And we did that a couple years ago.
I mean, it can be looked into, and if it finds that we don't need a public hearing, then I'm just asking the board that paragraph can be added to that permit, and,
Yeah, I'm good with it as long as
yeah.
you don't run into a problem with that.
Okay.
So are we doing a public hearing or not?
I think you gotta do the research.
Okay,
I just don't know the clarification
yeah.
if that's a public hearing requirement or not. My gut's telling me it isn't. But,
I would think the building department could give you a quick answer.
yeah, probably could.
and if not, then we can move ahead with it?
I mean, I'll make a motion to add that language that the road agent just talked about to the permit application, right? Assuming that we do not need a public hearing on this. Period.
Second.
Second by Charlie, any discussion? Kate?
Just a quick question. So this is to change the language on all permit applications for driveways over 150 feet or just all driveways?
It's any residential home without a sprinkler system and a
Okay.
driveway over 150 feet. This is for like new
New
construction.
construction. Okay, just want to know. So aye.
Anything that's existing, this will not
Effect.
Effect.
apply.
Okay, so I'm an aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt? Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye.
So Mike, we're not really solving the problem that we've got on Thornell then? Because they'd be grandfathered, right?
No.
No, he didn't build his house yet.
The house they're building on Thornell will have to meet this permit requirement.
But we've already given them a driveway permit, correct?
We
Entrance.
have,
Entrance.
we gave them a driveway permit, and they've roughed their driveway in. And the planning board has approved that driveway. But it's through the fire chief, when he started his review, because he's gone up there a couple times. Again, this situation's been going on for
I
months.
know all about it, Mike,
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
and sadly, right or wrong, good or bad, I've been dragged into this, and then in conversations with the fire chief, I said, well, because what'll ultimately happen here, if that requirement is needed for that house, they won't get a CO. If they gotta sprinkle it, they gotta sprinkle it.
Right.
And again, I said a little while ago, I feel bad for those folks, because they went through an approval process, but they really didn't get all the information.
Yeah, they got misled.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item, D, intent to cut State Forest Department off Gale Village Road.
Stay there, Mike.
So, dear Selectmen, I'm writing to update you regarding the plan to harvest timber and improve wildlife habitat on 92 acres of the Sergeant Lot Number 3, WMA in the town of Newton, New Hampshire. Attaches the location map of the planned harvest. For your reference, this harvest will require transportation of forest products over Newton Town roads and not accessed via Industrial Way in East Kingston as stated in the June 9th letter. Michael Pavero, Newton Road Agent, will be contacted concerning this change. If you have any questions, Regional Forester Scott Ralph.
Okay, I'll bring you up to speed. As the letter reads, originally the state's intent was to go through East Kingston. And I don't know the specifics, but that didn't work. I think property was sold and they don't have the access to that side of the property through there. So that piece of property does come out and touch Gale Village Road. There's a section of it that touches Gale Village Road. I've worked on this for about the past week and a half. I've had conversations with the state, multiple conversations. And my understanding is, and it logically makes sense, if a person, state being an agency, owns a piece of property and it touches a Class 5 road, they have the right to access that property from that Class 5 road. That being said, and I don't know, Nancy does, that section of Gale Village Road, because it'll be coming in right near Nautic Drive, is in rough shape. That was a section I wanted to rebuild 5 or 6 years ago, and it didn't happen. We won't rehash why. It is really in tough shape, and I informed the state of that. I also put the state on notice. I don't know if we have enough teeth to do this. I told them they're going to need to bond that road.
That's where I was going to go.
They haven't rejected that as of yet. I don't know how much of a struggle it's going to be. I mean, I'm going to be adamant that the road, when they're done, needs to be in equal or better shape. You know, who pays for that? Because the state doesn't clear their own land. They put that out to bid, and it'll be a land clearer that does the work. I'm just informing the board that we probably, prior to this, and the work's not gone out to bid. They're not sure if that's going to be done this winter or next winter. But regardless what the time frame is, as I said, I talked to the state and I told them I'm going to, videotape and survey that road 30 days before they start. And when they're done, we'll revisit the condition of the road, and they will be responsible for repairing or doing what's needed to bring that road into equal or better shape. I mean, it's an incredibly narrow road.
It sure is.
So I don't see this going well. Just being up front, I just don't see it going well. Hauling log trucks and ship vans.
Can I ask a question? If we put a weight limit on the road, because it's already a Class 5 historic scenic road, before they start, would that give us a little more likelihood of them having to get a bond?
Probably not. That would become a spike restriction. You're doing without a spike for that one application, and I don't think that'll go well.
Okay, just wondering.
It's just that it's 92 acres, Mike.
92 acres.
92 acres.
Yeah, they're only, I actually know through ComCon that they're only going to be doing 16-acre cuts. They're doing it to maintain wildlife. They're like doing patch cuts. They're going to try to maintain the little hiking trail people take. So I was a little concerned too, but they're not going to be clearing 92 acres, thank God.
Well,
FYI.
bids on it's going to be bidding on the 92 acres.
All right, that was it for an update there. I'm sure we're gonna revisit this
Yep.
as it progresses, but I just want to give you the heads up, that's where it stands right now.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
You might as well stay up.
Yep, the brush pile, Mike.
She did you a favor, though, by going back
RFP
to
for brush
that.
pile transfer station.
Oh, I don't think I have much to say about this one. I'll stay here, but there's an RFP that
Right,
we put together.
right,
So this is
so,
what you want to put in the paper, right?
correct, I needed to make
Did you
sure
see it,
that.
Mike?
No, not really.
You wanna
I
look at it?
honestly don't have to see it. I mean, the pile has to be,
Everybody see it from the board?
Yeah, no, it
Yep.
looks
Oh,
good
yeah.
to me.
You all good with it?
Yep.
Some,
Okay.
So it's okay to put in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Think so.
Okay,
Okay, F, trustees or trust fund request for stipend.
Think you might be done, Mike.
So, Nance, I did run into Joe at the transfer station. Did you send out the email to the trustees that they had to take that class? Or they do it on their own? Because originally I thought we said only paid employees are required to do it.
Elected officials are required, you're all representing the town. We talked about volunteers, not making them do it.
They're elected.
I think what we had done last time around, which could have been 5 years ago, is paid employees were required to take it. We strongly encouraged elected officials and volunteers to take it as well, and most of them did take it. But that was kind of the situation, and I'm talking about 5 years ago, we didn't have much leverage to use on elected people.
How many trustees actually did it? Did he say?
I don't know about one of them, but I know two of them took it.
'Cause he's only asking for $5.
Yeah, and
But here's the inevitable question. Are we going to do that for everybody?
Well,
I know it's only
consider-
$5,
I
but
consider trustees paid employees because they get a stipend, right?
they do get a stipend.
just like we get a stipend. So we're already kind of paid, you know what I mean? Like, we don't get an hourly, it's whatever it takes to do our job for the year is what I
Alright,
pay.
so how does the board want to handle this then? You want to deny or accept?
Well, there's only two people and it's
It doesn't,
$10.
is it two people?
But you are setting a precedence if you do it for this one department. And I know they keep talking about maybe raising their amount for next year to get a little bit more. They don't get paid much. But
And
that
when's
would,
it, that deadline's coming up next week?
it's actually was up on my email on August 2nd, but then I know the EMD was
Trish had
doing,
one more class, I think.
yep.
And you received all the certificates of,
I've received ones that people have turned in to me. I've got about 47 that are still missing, but then again, some of them might be people that are no longer working here.
You got 47 missing?
Yeah, I mean, they could be some of the election people who don't work anymore, only when we have an election, they're on the list, but I'm not worried about them because they're not actively working.
Yep.
all right, so somebody want to make a motion to deny?
I think, I'm not really making a motion, but I think we need to know who is affected by this, because it's not just two people. It's going to be a lot more than that. So if we vote on something yay or nay,
Yeah.
we should be voting on the full.
on everybody who'd be affected, yeah.
So you want to continue it till the next
So
meeting?
we'll continue to the next meeting, and then Trish should have her next class done, and then we can get a final list of who took it
Yeah,
and who didn't
right,
take it.
right.
Okay, town buildings, general government, the G. Repairs town clerk's floor, police station bathroom.
so I just wanted to inform you that I did put out an RFP for the clerk's floor.
Yeah,
Case, and with the specs that Charlie had given me, to do it within a certain time frame.
And the reason for that was because Mary Jo's office will be closed that week?
And that's probably the most difficult part of getting responses, right? Is
Yeah.
that we're locked into a time.
so we have just this one quote?
Well, that was just an estimate from last year, so you'd have a ballpark figure.
Oh,
that's
it's
all.
okay, last year.
I don't think that includes moving furniture,
Okay.
which is what is in the RFP.
So, silly question, anybody know what day Christmas is on this year?
December 25th.
Saturday?
Other than that, it's
Oh.
a Saturday?
I think.
Because typically, Mary Jo, and I won't speak for her, but typically she takes a couple of days off around Christmas and closes her office.
It's
So-
on a Saturday.
Okay, so unfortunately, that doesn't help our case, but typically the 24th, well, the 24th would be a Friday, but I think if there was time she was intending to close the office around the holidays, we could try to schedule for that, and that's whatever 4 months away. We have a little more
Mike has a question.
flexibility. He's just stretching.
Oh,
No, I've got my hand up.
sorry,
okay.
question.
I'm not in the first row. And you guys know the dates. Mary Jo was gone, and her office is closed coming up here shortly for,
A week,
Training, 3 days.
That's what we're saying is,
trying to get before
Is-
Mike.
the thing is, if,
we closed it done before that. Why, do you think it's gonna be later?
no, we're thinking that contractors might look at that and say, "Man, I'd like to bid on that one, but I'm already booked that week." Because it's only like 3 weeks away. Yeah.
So the due date is Thursday, August 19th.
Have we gotten any yet?
Could we turn around,
In answer to your question, Evan, no, I have not received any bids.
if we don't get any bids, could we turn around and contact Ed Florin and see if he'll come in and do it that week? Just to get it done?
You can,
It's our policy.
yeah, what you can do is you can send him
Exactly.
the bid and see if he wants to bid on it. And this was also put on, this one was put in the Union Leader, and it was put on NHMA and our website. So it did go out to quite a few, it had a broad,
Yep.
And they have to be in by the 19th, you said?
yeah, which is Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we should always remember that, right? Is that we do put out these RFPs, but then we're free to do whatever we
Right.
want after that. So if we know somebody, if we have contacts,
no-
we
right.
forward it.
Could you,
And
could you send something over to Ed's carpet and see
Yeah.
if we could?
You can send it.
I'd like to get it done.
there's also in town here, I'll give you a gentleman's contact information, another gentleman in town. He's usually pretty busy, but maybe he can do it. So
All right, send that to me and I'll
Yeah.
send it to them.
Who's that, Matt?
I don't want to say.
Oh, okay.
All right, and what, so
I don't
what's
wanna
up
give
with
him
the
a free
police station
commercial.
bathroom?
I have no idea what this is about,
That
it's
what we
just told to
discussed
put it
earlier,
on.
the toilet? Edward, where are we with that?
Is the chief's working on that? I don't know if we needed a bid for that or?
We were going to discuss the priority list.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could painstakingly go down the priority list, but here's the way I'm looking at things, is if somebody needs a toilet in one of these town buildings, we just fix it, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
Because
what I say too, just fix it.
I don't see that as being a lot of money. Now, it's not free money, so it's gotta come out of, I think it should come out of the, the fund, what did we call the fund?
Engineering and
Town
8
building.
Merrimack Road?
Or 8 Merrimack Road. But at the same time, if it's beyond like code or safety, I think the clerk's office is going to be a health and safety issue. Then we should be tabling those things until we get all the final bills squared away for the fire station. That's my opinion.
Can we take it out of the 8 Merrimack Road funding? For the rent?
For what?
The bathroom?
Fix that toilet.
I don't even see a...
Oh, sure, yeah.
Nancy, did you get an invoice for it? 'Cause I don't see one.
Sound-
that?
Sounds like
I
they
thought I
didn't.
saw something
We didn't
for
get an
2
invoice
grand.
for it, right?
No, this is all I know is police department bathroom. Now, is it broken?
Yes, the 2 toilets
Okay.
are broken.
It's broken.
Yes.
So it
Broken
just
for a
needs
while.
a plumber to replace it?
I did not know there was a plumber involved. I just know the toilets are broken, and that's what I brought to the board. And I didn't put this on this agenda, so. Yes,
Can't we
ma'am.
just authorize them to fix their toilets? Okay.
All right,
I'm just gonna take a stab at it and fill in the gaps. there's a broken toilet in the PD,
Yeah,
you're gonna need a plumber to put it in because it's
There you go.
embarrassing when the police chief has to put it in.
yep.
What about an electrician? Do we need an electrician to put a toilet in?
Nope.
I think you go okay with an electrician.
Okay, all right.
I think
wanna
you
make
just
sure.
need a plumber.
Yeah.
What about a road agent and a plumber? No, no.
That's
okay.
starting to sound like an old joke.
So where are the funds gonna come, is this,
8 Merrimack Road, the rent fund.
Okay.
Does that sound,
Okay.
maybe?
So we have no dollar figure to put against it, so
I thought I saw $2,000,
think we need,
and I thought that was high.
I think we need,
That's what I thought I saw.
That's
we need
expensive.
dollars before we, but,
Not to exceed
Plumbers
1,500.
aren't cheap.
yeah.
They're like $400.
Yeah, they shouldn't be that expensive.
So 1,000, you're saying?
And not to exceed
Two
1,000.
bolts.
All right, so I think Edvin just made a motion.
so let me put it to you this way, if it's coming out of the 8 Merrimack Road Fund, then yes, we need a motion, right? Because that's the trustees. If
Absolutely.
it comes out of the general government repair line item, and it's under 1,500, then you don't need to deal with it, right?
That's not correct.
You don't need to make a motion.
It's not coming out of his budget.
Oh, that's true. It would
Yeah,
become- Well, it's
yeah.
coming out of the town administrator's budget, I guess, right? Because
Well, no, it's,
General
we're not talking the line item, I don't think we're talking about
General
the,
government
right.
budget,
right.
not the warrant article.
Okay, all right, if
Yeah.
it's not the warrant article, correct,
Main
yeah.
operating
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
Because do you have authority to expend money out of that general government?
Within
Town building.
reason. I mean, I know money's tight, so I'm not comfortable saying, yeah, go ahead and fix it when I don't know what it's going to cost.
Okay.
We're looking for money to finish up all these projects, and I'm not comfortable with just, yep, let's put in a new toilet, you know? So that's why we're
He can't use it, he
looking.
needs it.
Should we get him Home Depot buckets?
Wait, we just need to know, does he need a new toilet or does the existing toilet need to be fixed? Regardless, you have to have toilets in the police station.
Is it
So let's
inside
get this
the
done ASAP.
I can
hope
show you a
so.
picture of it. It is
Well,
not.
I was told there's one in the garage,
Well, yeah, that's inside the station.
but that I was told they weren't really using.
So when you run for office, ladies and gentlemen, they never tell you that this will be part of the stuff you have to discuss, but I think,
Well, the officers don't use it now because it's down. So,
You
I
guys
think-
make a decision.
I think I would make this motion, and Diane, get ready, because you know how these things go, is when it comes to low-dollar operational health and safety needs for these buildings, I think we should do them with all haste. But when it comes to larger ticket items that don't fall into the health and safety category, I think those need to come before the board. And that's a motion, so I need a second.
second for
Second by
discussion.
Edvin, discussion?
Am I in? I am, right?
Sure.
$600 about. That's what I just texted to see what the current, from the chief, and it was around $600 to repair the
All right.
toilet.
Is that the plumber too?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Should be, toilets are only like
Oh, I'm sure.
$300.
I don't know.
They're only
So, I
cheap.
mean, if you left it at the 1,000, you're gonna be covered.
Yeah.
It's around $600.
All right, so Edvin second, Kate,
I'll pull,
Aye, very aye.
Edvin,
Aye.
Matt,
aye.
Charlie.
Aye.
I'm an aye.
So that's really an open-ended
It's
motion.
very open-ended, but can we just cut to the chase here?
And get it
Do-
fixed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think everybody agrees with this. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous that we're even talking about this. This is a toilet in one of our town buildings. If I worked there, I would be you-know-what.
Yeah.
That I had to come to work and the toilet's not available. Now, I understand we're being careful with our money for town buildings, but when it comes to a bathroom, come on, people, okay? When it comes to other things where, it might be nice to haves, and we start getting in those, triple digits or whatever, then we need to talk about it.
Okay. Moving on, Butler Building, estimate for garage door opener. So the board looked at it, it was $890, and that's for wire for the new overhead door motor in the Butler Building.
There's two estimates on that. There's an estimate for the electrical, and there's an estimate for the door opener.
Okay, so the door opener from Newton Glass is $1150, and the electrical work
Is 8-something,
is $890.
so you're looking at $2,000.
So 8, 9.
And why do we need this?
I don't know.
So, kind of like what I just
Charlie,
said,
did he
you
say
know.
why he needed it? You're his liaison.
Well, he said it was tough for them to push the door up, and sometimes they don't get it up high enough, and they possibly could hit when they come out.
So there's one of those doors they have to push by hand.
Yeah.
Can we hold off until we get some more information on the final bill?
Yeah, we can, well, this is the final bill, but yeah, if you want to hold off,
What final bill?
there's 2 estimates here to do it.
No, what I'm saying is
Oh, okay.
the final bill for the fire station, the sprinkler system and,
Yeah, sure.
and everything.
So we can,
Because I don't think that's a super necessity.
we'll hold on to that.
So you're holding off on the garage door?
On the garage
opener?
door, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire station estimate for annual inspection of the fire sprinkler system. Fire sprinkler inspection contract.
So this is an annual contract to do whatever they do for the automatic sprinkler system. The yearly contract,
$2,125 a month.
no, that's
No.
different.
Oh, that's the other one?
Yeah,
I don't see the price on this, Diane.
where was it?
I see overtime, $150 an hour.
Oh, 500.
Regular hours is $100.
Okay, $500.
Starts out at 500.
500?
That's what it starts at. That's a year.
Where'd you see that?
It's in the
On-
first
on that slip.
page, after fire pump, after device make system description. First page, maybe 5th paragraph, kind of.
Oh, that's a diesel.
See it?
I'm still
I know I
looking
saw
for
it,
it.
Larry. I read that packet today.
Oh,
I only see the overtime.
If you look at the top of it, it shows it.
You see inspection contract?
500. Wait a minute, that says Carter?
I don't know.
Carter.
500.
Yeah, I don't know what contract you guys are looking at, but the overtime won't matter.
Yeah.
Typically, these annual inspections,
Right.
it's a flat bill.
This is just a service rate, I think that's what he's
That's why I
reading.
don't see
Well,
it.
probably if there was
Yeah.
something broken
much?
during the year.
500 right here.
500?
$500 for the year. The contractor will provide these services for $500 after this agreement has been signed by the subscriber and returned to the contractor.
Okay.
That other thing is just service if it,
So can I get a motion, because that's something we need.
what is the purpose
And
of
it's
this?
mandatory for commercial
And
buildings.
he can throw that in his budget next year. We don't have to pay that this year, correct?
I would not believe you should pay it this year. It's probably set for this year, right?
We should be offset.
Yeah.
It just got commissioned 3 weeks ago, so really it should be a year from 3 weeks ago, it would run its next test.
Yeah.
Is this a 1 year? Was it-
Yes, this is just for 1 year.
so, motion to have the chairman sign the fire sprinkler inspection contract.
Just want to throw in a date
And the amount of,
for the year of
For
2022,
the year of 2021 to 2022,
2022.
Yeah.
For the amount of, yeah.
$500.
Okay, here it is, number 9. It says, the term of this agreement shall be continuous, commencing on the date of this agreement until terminated by 30 days written notice by either party to the other after said contract, in
So,
effect for a
Is it
minimum year.
effective today or effective when you put that in service?
I would think the contract's effective as of you sign that contract.
Okay.
That would be my interpretation.
All right, did I get a second?
no, but I will.
Second by Matt. Any discussion?
Well,
Okay, Kate?
if we don't need this till next year, you're saying we sign it now? It's gonna, I don't understand. Why are we signing it now for next, when we don't need it till next year?
It's not going to cost us anything until
Because
next
we have it
year.
in front of us, so we might as well sign
Okay,
the
so
contract.
100% that's true. As long as that's true, I'm an aye.
And because this will go into the budget,
Yep.
once we,
Okay.
once we sign it.
As long as we're not missing something and they come like in a month, I'm fine with this.
Kate, you say you're an aye?
Yes.
Evan?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Okay. So is this the official one, Diane?
I believe so, yes, that's what I was
Make sure
given.
it's not the other one. We got 2 of them from the company.
Okay, next, fire station estimate for the weekly running of the diesel pump.
That's the one that's 21.25 a month.
Correct.
I'm a no.
So what, Mike, I don't know anything about sprinklers or diesel pumps. Can you just explain that to?
Yeah, I'll condense it. It's actually pretty simple. Not different from a generator. Most generators will auto start once a week and run for 5 or 10 minutes. NFPA does not allow you by code to automatically start a diesel pump. Part of the requirement is you have to physically be there to do an engine check, fluid check, all sorts of checks that can't be done automatically. So once a week, it has to be started and run for 30 minutes. I've been adamant, and that's why I stayed here on this topic. No way are we gonna pay a sprinkler company to come down here and start that thing for a half an hour a week when we have competent, capable people that can start it and do a check. Now, you cannot not be diligent to do that, because that system we put in, you can put a, they can check if that's been started every week. They can come down monthly, they can come down at the end of the year on their inspection and pull up the data on that and make sure that that thing has been started once a week for 30 minutes.
And if it hasn't?
So don't not do it.
Yeah.
Because they will, and it's more problematic than that. If something was to happen, God forbid, and that thing didn't work when it needed to work and you didn't do your check, I'm gonna go out on a limb and tell the insurance company will not be happy.
And so this can be done by a firefighter or who?
Yep. I've already showed a couple of the guys how to do it. The chief, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not gonna speak for the chief, I think the fire chief at first did not want to do this because I think he thought it was very complicated.
And
You're
it's
just
not.
pressing a button?
No, it's a little more
Okay.
involved than that, but it's not rocket science.
So maybe this is a stupid question, but just so we make sure we do it once a week, could it be done twice a week? Just so we always know that, hey,
No, no, once a week is fine.
okay,
There's no need to do it more than what's required.
okay, no,
Once
just
a week,
asking.
you're good, just put it on a calendar and,
Awesome.
you know, there's duty guys there and put up
Yeah.
a sheet and they can go
just
start
wrap
it.
this?
And
Yeah.
it should be fine.
Do we need a motion for
Well,
in-house?
yeah, I would make a motion to task the fire chief with creating a work instruction and a standard operating procedure for his duty guys to perform this function.
I'll second that.
Second.
Second by Kate. Okay, Charlie?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Okay.
While we're kind of on this subject, I'm just going to make a suggestion. We haven't had an update on the fire sprinkler system status in quite a while in this meeting. My guess is that it's probably pretty close, if not over the goal line.
I'll give you a quick update, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, but before you say that, what my recommendation is going to be is at some point soon, we have a closeout meeting. It doesn't have to be a standalone meeting, but it's a meeting in this room on the agenda, stakeholders in the room, speak now or forever hold your peace. Because this has been a long journey. I'm going to be polite in saying that. It's been a long journey, and I want the journey to come to an end. And if anybody has any questions or issues about why we're calling it done, they can come that night and ask those questions, and we can all move on in life. But what were you going to say?
No, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think it through that far, but I understand where you're coming from
Yeah.
when you propose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sprinkler system and the diesel pump and all the stuff that went with that, which was a lot of stuff that was done to make that NFPA approved, a lot of stuff underground, is complete. The state fire marshal came down, all the powers to be came there 3 or 4 weeks ago. We ran all the tests. It passed muster. It was commissioned, what they deem commissioned, that is a commissioned diesel fire pump. I think the only things that you guys are looking for, not me, you guys are looking for, is from the engineer, fire sprinkler engineer. He's got to get some documentation. Carter has to send some last calcs down to him. So it's really clerical stuff that's still waiting to make sure the package is complete. And on the field end, everything is done except for, and they've just been busy. I'm hoping in the next week it's done. I have to put in, and it's all roughed in, an autofill system that's an automatic domestic feed. So if those tanks go down to a certain level, it automatically starts to fill those tanks. So nobody ever has to worry if there's water in those tanks like a lot of our cisterns out there. It's all automatic. There's floats, there's gauges. It's all redundant alarms and sensors to tell you that there's not enough water in there. And that's it. So that's the only item left to complete the working approved sprinkler system.
So like I said, I highly am in favor of once we get that administrative stuff, because that to me sounds like the, over the goal line point, that we have a closeout meeting. So,
Mike, where do we get that water?
Where did we get it?
Yeah.
Bought it from
No. You said the automatic system fills it up. Where do we get that from?
domestic.
Oh, somebody brings it in?
No, domestic water coming off the fire station, which is fed by the police station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I,
Yeah. No, it's the, so far it's a lot from the station, but it's not, if that goes down a little bit, the alarms come off, so it's not like it's gonna run for days to
fill
try
it
to
back up,
recover
yeah.
what's lost in there.
okay. That's what I was curious
Yeah.
about.
Okay, number E, town building repair priority list.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
see ya.
See you guys.
So then we want the department heads here to talk about these, or we're just looking at numbers again?
Well, I think that it kind of got dropped before. The board was supposed to look at it and come up with an idea of what you thought was the priorities.
Well,
And
with the police department, his first, 6, 7, and 8, no, I'm sorry, hold on. 6 and 7, I want to run it by the building department, because once you start messing with that, I don't know if you have to have that whole building in compliance. And if we have to do the whole building in compliance, it's going to be a lot more than that.
I'm waiting for mine to come up on the screen.
So, I mean, he has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highs on here.
I'd like to move a couple things for the police station.
Huh?
I'd like to move a couple things up to at least medium, like building signage. Because last week, when I was at the fire station, 3 people came in and said they'd like to speak to a police officer. And,
So,
no, seriously, I'm not kidding. I wish I was kidding.
I
But
think these should be discussed in the workshop with the department head.
yeah, no, I'm just saying for all intents and
just-
purposes.
well,
Big
that
building
one
can
always
give it
makes me
away.
laugh too, but I think one of the last times we talked about it, I think you had said, Larry, we need numbers next to the dollar figures next to these, and I think Diane did as best she could to come up with numbers, but I think if you're a department head and you're proposing this, you need to come with a ballpark number,
Yeah.
because like I said, if somebody had put a toilet for $600 on here, that would just do it, you know what I mean? But other things are, more debatable.
I think when we last left this discussion, we needed the board to prioritize what they wanted, because in order for us to go out and get all these quotes, these contractors, as I believe the fire chief had stated, were not coming to give us quotes because we weren't doing anything. So the board is needed to prioritize what they thought should be done first, and then we were gonna go and get quotes on just those items. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Maybe, I think ballpark is very,
So,
Yeah, but we asked for the priority list from the departments first, too.
yeah, and some of them responded.
Yeah, so I don't think this is in a, well, it just says high, but there's no order. Like, you think you'd want the counter and the automatic door opener and the overhang for the front door before you get the siding.
Yeah, but I don't think so where we last left this, we proposed that, and I think it was actually me who took a stab, and I just went high, medium, low, right? Am I remembering that
I
correctly?
believe so, yeah.
And then I sent it out to the board, and I said, you guys weigh in, and that's the last we talked about.
Right, so out of the 6 highs, can you
Yeah.
tell me which one you want first?
Right, right.
You know? I know it's nitpicking, but, I mean, we could just say, yeah, we'll give you the 3 small highs, but you didn't get what you really wanted as 1, 2, and 3. But I need to talk to Shante about the 6 and 7.
Is this something that we could wait a little bit on? Because I'm...
We waited almost a year, so yeah.
No, I'm trying to set up something for me, Larry, and Trish, and Janet Stevens. See what we can spend. We got $515,000 coming from the Recovery Act. We're going to get $257,000 this year and $257,000 next year.
Yeah, but that's my raise.
That's not your raise. And we have until 26, don't quote me on that, to spend the money. But I wanted to sit down, have Larry and Trish and myself sit down with Janet and see what we can spend the money on.
You're talking
it's-
about the
it's
American Rescue
infrastructure.
Plan.
Yeah.
It's infrastructure, so this could be infrastructure.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see, maybe we could get the building sided, next year. And all the things fixed that we needed fixed.
I think we're gonna have to wait on a lot of this stuff because of
We are.
the fire station final bill, But it
I don't know if this would be covered under the fire station's final bill, but
no, what I'm saying is, fire station bills come in, we take the money out of these 2 warrant article funds, and then we have to see what's left in terms of what else we're gonna do this year, so.
All right, so moving on to town hall. You guys didn't do your high, low, what you need. So a lot of it says maybe next year.
Well, yeah, because I was just letting other people get their building fixed.
So the one you really need is number 10, the town clerk's office, which we're working on.
Yep.
And what's wrong with the fire alarm system?
It's not the fire alarm, that's the duress system.
Oh, the secure, is that the push button thing you guys
Yeah.
do? Is that outdated or it just needs updated?
It's outdated, and I don't think some of them work, right?
Yeah, I don't think some of them work anymore. We talked about this last year, and we tried to get approval to go with, I think it was security team or somebody, and the board, we never made a decision.
So do you have money somewhere that can come out of? Is that shared with?
No, we didn't budget for it.
There's no budget?
No, we did not,
you
because,
can't take it out of building maintenance.
well, like you said, you want to go use that money to finish off the
Priorities.
sprinklers, right? So if that's the way the board wants to go, then you're better off to just get the toilet fixed, because that's a priority,
I get to
and wait on this other stuff until you get all the bills
So
paid
like
for that.
October, November, and then hit out as many as we can with whatever we have left over.
That's what I think.
Yeah, and then budget it in for next year.
Right.
Maybe we'll get that America's package, the relief package, and then we can use that money.
Okay, now the library.
It would be this, the library is not too bad. The
We
roof,
approved their roof, right?
Yep.
that will be, I think that's starting in the late September.
September.
Yeah.
So that can come off.
Yep. And most of these should be able to come out of their building fund that they have as they
Right.
need them.
So that dehumidifier, when they do buy that, if they keep that separate and put it under COVID, that's part of that, we can use this $215,000 for any mitigation due to COVID. We
Okay.
can do that, and we might be able to say, hey, the windows are old, so we're not getting good circulation, and you need circulation to mitigate COVID. It's just all terminology, words that we can use. So they need to like keep all these receipts, and I would just check with them about the oil furnace, but they have, you said they have their money to fix that, right?
Yes, they can use that building fund that they have.
If we use the building fund, yeah.
They don't have their own slush fund?
No, I don't know what they have. They have their own budgeting.
Well, we take care of the building.
Yeah, we're
The building is
responsible
owned by
for
the
the
town.
building.
And we take care of their
Okay,
funding.
because you want to get that done before winter, because if it breaks down in winter, you're probably gonna pay
It's-
double.
Well, they've been, well, never
I mean,
mind.
it
But
says
again,
here,
It can wait
Funds
till
to come.
September.
but it says here, funds to come from Gale Library Building Fund. So if it's in the fund, why don't we move on with?
You know, they're coming to do the maintenance on it on Thursday.
Okay,
I'll talk to the guy and see what he thinks.
awesome, thank you.
What's the total on that fund prior to the roof?
165,000?
Yeah, so it's not like we're gonna have
No.
trouble, yeah.
That's, no.
And then the last one, I'm not even gonna entertain. Lockers,
Yeah.
that's far from the priority list. Okay, bookkeeper memo invoices from the fire department, invoices.
So basically, she wants to know,
What funds these are coming out of.
right. I mean, if I look at one, that seems to be the fire station, or the fire department budget, right, for equipment, the line item?
So in that prime event, that wasn't a warrant article, was it?
So which one,
The
Larry?
prime event system that he bought? The air duct system, NFPA, whatever you want to
The
call it.
vehicle exhaust system?
Vehicle exhaust system, we'll call it that then. So A and B didn't get tied into that whole system when he purchased it.
Are you looking at Kim's list?
He is, but,
Yeah.
so if you look at it, it describes two trucks, and then it references due to new exhaust
They had to
ventilation
get
system.
retrofitted their exhaust system.
Oh,
So there's no money left in that prime event fund then, right?
in which fund?
The prime event,
The bill,
Warrant article for
the
the
air duct
vehicle
system, or
exhaust.
however you guys want to call it.
Vehicle exhaust system, we understand that one.
Okay, so there's nothing left in there?
No, you spent that money, that warrant article was just for that system,
Right, wasn't for the rest of
and
it.
that's it.
Wasn't for instance, it
But
wasn't for the electrical, right, Diane?
But no, there wasn't a vehicle exhaust system warrant article. There was an SCBA warrant
Oh,
article.
that's you're right.
What I think you're talking about is
Wrong
the
guy.
board voted to pay for the ventilation system out of the proceeds of the sales, which the people voted to put, you know, X amount of dollars into. I always forget the name of the warrant article. So there is still money in there, right? But again, it all goes back to the final bill for the fire station, because I really think we need, I mean, I know we're looking at less than $1,000 for these first two items, but if we keep taking things out of there before we get the final bill, we
The only
might be.
difference is these gotta get paid where the other ones we just discussed are not done yet. Right?
So your next item is the completion of the exhaust system or whatever that the project manager did. It's not on the agenda, but I sent you all an email today. These are bills that need to be paid. The bond is depleted. So if you take that amount and add this amount for these things on here, it comes to 56,000. We have approximately 90,000 left in that warrant article.
Yeah.
So that's why Kim's asking where these bills are going to be paid, and then we got the other ones that are from the finishing of the sprinkler, the pump house, and all that stuff down at the station.
So the
56
numbers
will
are
take care of
climbing.
everything?
It should take care of all the ones that we have. I don't know what other bills might be coming in, but these are what's in front of Kim right now.
I don't believe we have the project manager's final bill yet, do we?
Thought we did.
Yeah.
Saw it.
I think Kim said there might be one more bill left, but
Okay.
I don't know what the amount would be.
Because that's whatever it is, 2 point something percent, or whatever the total
5%.
cost.
5%?
5%.
It's 5%,
Yeah,
really?
I saw it. It's 15
Yeah,
grand.
so that's where we're getting concerned, because the bond is gone, and now we're getting down. We only have about 90,000 in there right now. So, once this is spent, then, the only other option on some of the fire truck stuff, I don't know. He's got the capital reserve account for purchasing a new fire truck or refurbishing, its equipment. You can use that.
What's that balance, do you know?
I think it's about 55, maybe.
And these first two we can use on that, because that's refurbishing.
Right.
Would that be a motion?
Yeah, basically, Kim's looking for 5 motions, right?
Yeah.
I think.
On her memo, and then we have the other one with
For one,
Which one are you still working on her memo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so number
Yes,
one,
so we needed motions for that.
number 1 and number 5 can be under the repair. Technically, it's a.
So do you know where the funds are coming from?
What's that one you just?
I would put them against the equipment line item in the fire department budget, but I'm sure if the chief was here, he might take issue
Well, what's the one
with
you just
that.
said with?
There's the warrant article that the trustees hold, which is the Town Buildings Capital Reserve Fund. And then there's the warrant article that has the money in it for purchasing a new fire truck.
Okay, so
Can I add one more thing in there?
sure.
Okay, so you do have Mike, the construction manager's fee in this list that came to us late today, and his final cost is $45,855.
So when Nancy gave us that tally a couple
That-
minutes ago,
that's included
that's
in
in
there.
addition.
Yep.
So we're quickly,
So we're 56.
Yep, you're at the number that Nancy gave you, 56.
And with no more
Plus.
bills to come.
There's no what?
There's no more bills to come after
Oh, no,
that.
no,
We
I'm not
don't-
saying
We
that.
don't know that.
exactly.
But I'm saying you were asking about his fee, and it looks like to me on this invoice, it says project management 5% was 15,000. It's on here to be paid.
And that 90,000 is from where, Nancy, again?
That's the remaining amount from the 300,000.
From the sale of the station.
Yes.
So if we don't spend that, where does that money go?
It stays,
It stays there.
it's
a capital
non-lapsing.
reserve
it'll
account.
be there
And
forever.
what was the money, again, I'm sorry for this, but what was that money supposed to be spent on? Because that had to go to the public, right? Once the sale of the fire station, we used the money for,
It was put into an existing account, which was for town
The
engineering
code
and,
enforcement things at the fire station, all the
No.
things that needed to be repeated.
well, no, so let's back up. So it was put into an account, okay, that existed. And the account title was
Town buildings, capital reserve.
Okay, so what happened is a resident got up here in the town meeting and added, stipulations
Yes.
to go with the money to basically don't spend any other money until the fire station is done specifically, and it said blah, blah, blah,
Code
blah.
enforcement.
So,
why don't we just take
I
the
mean-
56 out of that 90 and call it a day?
Well, I think the plan is, we want to get the final tally of the bill for the fire station done out of that 300,000. Well, it was 300,000 in March, right?
Yes.
Before we do anything else. And to me, I'm looking at stuff on this list,
Well,
and this falls into the category of other stuff.
well, number 3 would be under the SCBA warrant article, no?
But that money is spent for the
That's the lease
SCBA.
agreement, so we.
Okay.
there's
No, I'm just
nothing-
sorry. I'm just
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to.
no, there's nothing there to spend.
Sure.
So, okay, so. All right, back to her invoices.
Again, number 1 and 5, I think, should come out of. I already forgot it. You said
The
it.
town building fund?
Maybe. What's the other one you said?
So the
Nancy?
vehicles for the fire truck, to purchase the fire truck.
No, the other one. You said one more in
The
between.
town building.
Why is there $4.99 on here?
That's for a sticker.
Seriously?
You
Well,
have,
these are bills that are being turned in, and Kim doesn't know what account to apply them to.
Larry, the sticker is for, it says diesel fuel only, so that nobody makes a mistake and puts
I don't know
in
what
that
the
container that we
sticker's for.
bought,
What do you think?
you know, the pump that we bought.
One and-
I mean, a lot of this
1 in
stuff
5 are
should probably come from the fire truck.
Should go to the
budget.
fire department
Okay, I'm
budget.
sorry,
All
Larry.
right, somebody make a motion.
He's not gonna like it, but I think that's where I would put it.
What do you guys want to take it out of?
I don't think it should get taken out of his budget. At least 1 and 5 are part of the.
I don't think he has it in his budget to take out.
I know, but I'm just saying 1 and 5 are because of the exhaust system. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, 2 is, well, 2 is part of the pump house.
2 is part of the pump house.
Yeah, but I see something like 2, and granted, it's $92, but like 2, that's part of the fire station project, so that's a
Yes.
no-brainer.
But so is 1 and 5.
So would 4.
To me, it's not a,
Think about it, so
you're
would 4.
changing equipment. We're talking, for the people watching at home, it's a forestry truck, a Chevy Silverado, and then the 5.1 is a fire engine tanker 4.
For
So we're-
exhaust,
We're making changes to these vehicles,
To
fire equipment. We have a
necessary
budget,
work due to the new exhaust ventilation system.
right? But we have a fire department budget with a line item for vehicle
But
and
these
equipment
vehicle
things.
exhaust, this bill right here wouldn't exist if we didn't do the exhaust system.
It should have been included in the prime event
Yep.
fees.
Right, probably. I mean, I'll take it in another respect, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. What if we don't do these? Like, if we didn't have the money to budget these this year, would the exhaust system not function?
So if we
Would it be useless, is what I'm saying?
So those trucks wouldn't be able to go into that building if we didn't do these installs.
Right. But the exhaust system would still be functional.
Yes, but these trucks would not be able, like tank 4,
Right, but so the exhaust system that we voted for, we got it, it's complete and it's functional. So this is not anything that's needed to make it functional.
not
It is
that.
Complete,
Matt.
to make
Yeah.
it complete.
It is, Matt.
Exhaust wouldn't fit on those vehicles.
Yeah, so those vehicles would never be able to go inside the fire station.
There's tubes that come down from the system.
I know what they are.
Then they suck onto the
I kn-
exhaust
I
pipe.
know what they are.
Well, if they
but-
can't fit onto the pipe, then they won't work.
Right, so
My thing is,
we just make motions at this point, I guess.
I don't really know where to take it out of.
Well, I think what you were kind of just intimating is that because it was part of the
Yeah.
sprinkler thing and we took that out of the, well, it used to be 300,000, that this should come out of that as well.
That's what I
Yeah.
think.
So, I mean, you could make a motion to that effect.
I don't know how to word that.
All right, somebody do a motion.
So I'm going to do a motion for you that I'm probably going to vote no on.
Okay,
but
yeah.
We'll just keep things moving. So I would move to take the,
Can I help?
invoices under number 1.
Like, you
and
gotta do them
info-
separately, so if I can help with that, maybe, because I did
Yeah,
this.
go ahead, go ahead.
All right, so you, just tell me what fund? The town building fund?
So
Which one are you talking about?
That's what I wanted, let's do number one.
So I think what people are saying here is whatever the fund was with the 300,000
That's
in there.
town building, right?
Town building,
Town building fund.
Right.
capital reserve.
So how about if it says somebody's gonna move to pay Skip's Garage $820 for custom exhaust work on a 1989 GMC forestry truck and a 2018 Chevrolet Silverado, so the vehicles can connect to the new exhaust ventilation system at the fire station rescue. Funds to come from the town building fund, capital reserve fund? Is that what it is, capital reserve?
I think so, yeah.
Capital reserve fund.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay, so Evan's doing that,
I
okay.
am.
So this one's is Evan, okay.
I get a second on Evan's motion.
I'll second to move the motion forward.
Second for discussion. Any discussion? Charlie?
No.
No. Kate?
Reluctant aye.
Aye. Edmund?
Aye.
Matt?
Nay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say aye. I want to get rid of these.
So, Diane, for the second one, I would like the motion to read the same way, and I'll make it, because it's $92. We can take it out of the rec fund as far as I'm,
And I'll second that.
So you're taking out of the recreational fund?
No.
Okay.
out of the,
Same thing
that
you said.
fund we're just talking about, the
Okay,
town building
fund?
capital reserve fund.
All right,
Yeah.
so Matt's motion, number 2, Edmund second. Any discussion on number 2? Okay, Kate,
Aye.
Edmund,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Charlie,
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Okay, so the next one is the Fire Tech and Safety New England for $1,575 for the scubber storage rack, which includes the shipping and handling costs. And where are the funds coming for that one?
Is there any money left in that warrant article? The
It was a
SCB?
lease. It was a lease, so
Just
no.
for the lease, so there wasn't additional
Right.
cash?
That's the thing, that
Yeah.
And why is this needed again?
That's my question.
it's a storage rack for the SCBA's.
Okay. Well, if we're running out of money, this would not seem a priority item.
Can we hold off
Kate,
on
the
it?
problem is, it's already been
11, 8
purchased.
that we
Oh,
paid
thank you.
out of
Big
his
difference.
budget. Is that going back in his budget?
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about earlier tonight is
He could pay for some of the stuff out of that.
well, once we figure out what happened, we have the data to go to the state with to start having conversations
Alright.
about backfilling it.
so
So
who did the
there's no
motion?
guarantees, but
Who
There's
did
no
the
motion
for
because
three?
we don't know where we're gonna take the money for 3. Is that in his budget? I mean, he already paid for it, so.
what, I think his
I don't know
contention,
what his budget looks like.
is he has no budget left now because we've,
He needs to stop spending.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
yes, but
point.
right now, we just need to figure out where to get this money from. Do you have any options, suggestions?
How did we approve this particular rack?
It's under 1,500.
Oh. Well, then if that's under, shouldn't that come out of the
it's actually not, it's $75 over.
500.
Well, it's two different, technically it's two different.
True.
Yeah, if you add the shipping, it's over 50.
Why there's 2 invoices.
You splitting hairs.
Still needed to come out of someplace. You can't go home until you do it.
I'm worried how we're going to finish paying for the pump house with all this
That's
going.
what I'm worried about too.
So I think that we put a major kibosh on any additional spending after these bills are paid. That's it. Other than completion of projects, or at least this particular part of the budget.
I mean, I understand that these are already spent, but
Exactly.
I would like to see what our options are to not go through with the transaction.
It's shipped
Because
and it's arrived.
if I'm a resident and I'm seeing new storage rack, okay? If I'm not a fire professional, and most people in town are not fire professionals, if they start reading new storage rack,
It
they
doesn't look
start to
good.
wonder, do we really need that when we're trying to really scrape together funds? Maybe there is a reason that I'm just not aware of, but I'm trying to speak for the residents in this case.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
And there's no way we can table this till we speak to the chief.
Hey,
Well, we could, couldn't we?
the net is 30 days, so you won't make it. You'll be
Yeah,
charged.
it's due in 3
tax.
days.
Do we have these in hand?
Yes.
Okay,
the
can we send them
liaison-
back?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, see if the liaison can see if it can be sent back.
Put it to you this
they're
way, if
assembled.
you send it back,
Can
you're
we
gonna
send them
cost you
back
four-
assembled? It's like, seriously, I mean,
It's like Amazon, do they come pick it up?
It's
No,
a
it's-
$200
I think you have to take it to Kohl's.
Okay.
$200 shipping fee, right? To ship it back.
I mean, you could always apply it toward his budget and see where we stand when we
Let's
do
do that.
whatever emergency.
It's another option.
All right, so make a motion
start
for his
there.
budget then. Somebody.
So,
So do you have one on your list for fire department budget line item?
okay, so it's coming from the fire department budget?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that number 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I get a second?
So who made the, Edvin?
You can give it to me.
All right, and Charlie, you second?
No, I didn't
No,
second.
he didn't second.
I
Okay.
will second.
Matt second. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
No.
I'm an aye. Number 4.
Okay,
So this is for the fuel caddy for the new pumping station.
So you could probably take this one out of the building fund as well?
Yeah.
But what about B?
What about what?
A from that fund, but B would be from, well, it's just $4.
Right, you might as well just take it out. So
What
the
i-
motion.
what is the function of a 30-gallon portable gas
So,
caddy?
Matt, Mike explained it to me. Somebody did. I don't
I
know.
did.
Mike explained, I'm
Philip
not sure
pipe.
which one. But the tank for the gas, for the pump, is up here.
Yeah.
And in order to get the gas in there, you have to use this pump, this portable tank, so that you can pump it into the gas, into the diesel tank for the pump to make it work.
All right, so it sounds like
Yes,
this
Charlie
doesn't,
told me.
it sounds like it doesn't work unless we have this.
Oh,
So-
Have to have it,
Fuel.
Matt.
Yeah.
If you have
so
fuel,
that's-
you don't have
that's
fuel, it's
fine.
not working.
That's fine.
So do you want me to tell you what the motion would sound like?
Yes, please.
So it would be move to pay card member services $314.95 for a 30-gallon fuel storage tank and signage. Funds to come from the town building capital reserve fund.
That's me.
Second.
Charlie was second.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Evan made the motion, Charlie second. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Okay, the last one is probably going to come out of there as well because it has to do with the vehicle exhaust system. So the motion could say, move to pay Greenwood Emergency Vehicle $609.31 to fix a check engine light on tanker 4 due to the new vehicle exhaust system. Funds to come from the town building fund.
All right.
Did you say all right, Evan?
That's mine. Yeah, I'll do it.
Matt? Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Matt second. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Nay.
Nay. Charlie?
Nay.
I'm an aye.
Pass.
I think they need to start a very big bake sale at the fire station.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda is a updated residential sticker policy.
Yep, I made the changes you requested, and I was just making sure that if you're good with it, you can accept it tonight with the amended changes.
I just want to say thank you for doing that.
No problem.
And can I ask if you're gonna do the other ones for the project manager? We might as well do these all at the same time.
Is that on the manifest thing? Or?
That's the total.
Yeah, okay. So
56,000.
then, before we move to that, I'll make the motion. Where is it? Where are you? You guys have this?
I don't have it in front of me.
resident
It's
sticker
on the
book?
shared drive, right?
Yeah, it's on the shared drive under project manager invoices.
I think I have a number is $53,219.98, but does it have to be individual ones, Nancy?
Yeah, I would say,
What are you voting on now?
So, is this the final bill?
Barrow's money.
if you, it says, it looks to me like it's the final bill
it on
for
here.
the
And it's not on
construction
there.
manager.
Because I don't
wanna see
think
it?
we're at
We got it
final bill
today.
time yet.
Remember
But I
this one
believe
you-
it's the final, because he
that's the
put
one
in
you
the
were complaining
15%
about,
there.
getting in late?
If you go to
You know
the
what I'm
last
saying?
invoice,
You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're at final bill time yet.
It just says final for pump building.
For
Final
pump building.
invoice for completion of pump building, thank you.
Right, but if I've hired somebody to do work at my house, I kind of want to see the permit before I pay them, right?
Yeah, the occupancy permit.
Yeah. I mean, I sincerely hope, I'm sure we won't have a problem with that, but as we just heard tonight, we're not there yet.
So when are these due?
But isn't that part of the 300,000 to finish up the sprinkler system?
That is, yeah.
It is, but, you know, again, putting on my resident's hat is that it's been a long, I'll say it again, I'm gonna coin this phrase, it's been a long journey. Is the journey really over? If the journey is over, then I have no problem paying everybody. But if I don't have proof the journey's over yet, I'm not really in a hurry to pay just yet until I have that proof in my hand.
Well, there's a couple of these we kind of have to pay because they're, 30 days are
And
going to
there's
be up.
a manifest on the.
Yeah, well, I'm more
31st.
talking about the project manager fee. I'm not talking about like, I'll say it out loud, Moynihan lumber and things like that. I'm talking about, one of these is the project manager fee for the whole
Yeah.
project, right?
yep.
Yeah, so that's the one I
I
think.
thought his labor was in there, no?
What do you, in where?
In that 46 quote.
He's just not sure if it's the final bill.
So
But we still gotta pay that bill.
Yeah, but that comes at the end, right?
Oh, that doesn't have a 30 day.
Because I don't think, like, I hired somebody to do an addition on my house, and it was like I had to pay them, you know, at one point this percentage, at one point this percentage, and when it was all done, I paid the final bill. I think his final bill contractually was at the very end.
So we can wait on this one then?
Yeah, because you're gonna put it on the agenda to
Moynihan?
Oh, yeah,
close
yeah.
out the sprinkler, right?
yeah,
We're gonna have
Okay.
a final, so that would be the time to make sure
Well-
we've got the final bill.
Larry, let's pay these small, like we have a Moynihan lumber one, we have an Omni security one. Those should be paid though, because they're approaching 30 days.
So do you want to make a motion, Evan, to pay
So-
the,
So this one, do
Moynihan
you want to look
lumber.
at it?
Yeah, so I do the motion for those
So
two?
motion to pay Moynihan lumber, $139.03 coming from the building fund.
Second.
That's the first one. Do you want to just do them one by one?
Oh, I wanna do one by one? Can I get a second?
Matt seconded.
Matt seconded it.
Oh, Matt, second. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now you do the second one.
Second one is motion to pay Omni Security Systems $5,186 for their work for the pump building to come out of the building fund.
Second.
Second by Matt. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
we got-
Then one more, right? Yeah.
yep. I-
Motion to pay RG Toombs Door Company $2,039.95 for their work on the pump building, funds to come from the building fund.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye,
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
that's that.
That's it.
And then there's the one for the,
So just to
Project
put
manager.
another crunch on this whole thing, when you voted on the ones for Kim's invoices, and you did the fire department budget to take the money for $1,475, Kim's asking what line item to take that from. Do you look at that as being equipment?
yes. Yeah, the SCBA racks, equipment line, yeah.
That was what I was thinking.
I think he has 1,600 in there.
Okay, all right. 'cause-
Until we throw some of the money back in.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so back to the resident sticker policy.
Has everybody read that?
Yep.
Motion to amend the resident sticker policy as of 8/17/2021.
What are
Second?
you amending?
Second by Charlie, any discussion?
All the,
Just as written.
as written, sorry.
You accepting the amendment?
Accepting, I apologize, yeah.
Okay, I'm
accepting.
thinking, okay, what
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
to be
sorry,
changed?
sorry.
Okay, so you move to accept?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Amended changes.
No discussion. Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Okay. Resignation letter, ZBA secretary. To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as notification that I'm resigning from my job as secretary of Board of Adjustments effective immediately. I apologize for not being able to give more notice, but due to increased responsibility and a recent promotion at my full-time career, along with my responsibilities outside of work, I just simply do not have the time. I would like to perform the secretarial job to the best of my ability. I wish you all the best, and if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. So as far as the board concerned, we'd like to thank you, Laura McKenzie, for stepping up and doing it.
So I would move to accept the ZBA secretary's resignation letter with our thanks.
Thank you.
Second.
Second by Kate. Any discussion? Okay, Charlie?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Okay, other business.
If you would like, I'd like to ask a question under other business.
Ask a what?
Ask a question under, a clarification under other business.
Sure.
I didn't get it on there. I would just like to have clarification on what and who can add to the agenda, your selectmen's agenda, please.
So usually, I think the ruling is that the cutoff is Thursday at 4 PM for agenda items for the following Tuesday. So only emergency items should be added, and it should after Thursday. Now, before Thursday, they can all go to you, and you just do it the way you're doing it. But what happened
So-
this week was you put on 3 additionals on Monday, correct?
I changed, no, I didn't, I took off 2 and added only 1, because I swapped out a couple.
I saw a couple new ones, but
Well, it could be, all right, okay.
I mean, I just don't want to bog down our Tuesdays with additional stuff that people feel that are important to come in on that Monday to get on tomorrow night's agenda, unless it's an emergency.
So the things that we talked about tonight that weren't on the agenda, would you consider those emergencies?
Was that the driveways and that, right?
The driveway was one, yes.
No. But they knew about it for weeks. They should have been on the agenda by last
No,
Thursday.
he didn't, no, the driveway thing was, no, the driveway permit you're talking about, or the state thing?
The mirror.
No, the mirror, I was on there, it does,
The mayor was on the agenda.
yeah. Either way, what I'm trying to get at is,
Try to get everything done by Thursday, 4 PM. If they have an issue after that, they should need to contact the chair or the vice chair to get
okay,
it on.
so you need to contact Larry or Charlie if you want something on the agenda after Thursday, 4 PM. Is that a correct statement?
That's what I
That
heard.
goes for anybody on the board, any boards, commissions, department heads.
Right, and
Okay.
unless you feel it's a dire emergency, you can't get a hold of either one of us, by all means, put it on. But
Oh, no.
if it's a
I
dire
will-
emergency, it would have to be,
If you don't respond to it, I am
Not
not
on
putting
there.
it on then.
that's fine.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Manifest.
Can you do it, Larry?
Go ahead.
I'd like to sign the manifest for August 17th, 2021. The manifest dated Yeah, August 17, 2020, in the amount of $68,526.76.
Second.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Aye.
Sign recreation vendor miss dated August 17th in the amount of $2,620.
Second.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Sign the special police detail vendor miss manifest, dated August 17, 2021, in the amount of $1,710.41.
Second.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye.
Sign payroll manifest for period August 1st through the 14th, 2021, with a paid date of August 19, 2021.
Second.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Sign veterans tax credit for tax map 8-3-11-49 for the tax year 2022.
Second.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
And Charlie?
Aye.
And I'm an aye.
There's old home
Okay.
announcements.
Hey, Old Home Day, September 18, 2021.
So what I'd like to add to that is, so yes, Old Home Day is September 18th, 2021. It'll be at the Memorial School, 11 to 4. We'll have vendors. The big thing will be the classic car show will be going on. We'll have music, food. Won't be exactly like we've had it in the past because of pandemic concerns, but I think it'll be pretty good. So we're inviting everybody to come. There's no tickets or entry fee or anything like that. Also, if you have a nonprofit or a business and you'd like to get a table, please reach out. I think it's all on the website how you can get involved. The other thing that should be noted too is on Friday night, September 17th, I believe it's at 4 p.m., the Rec Commission and the police department will be hosting a senior barbecue as we've done in the past. So it'll be outside the fire station, the police station, weather permitting. So we invite, it'll be a senior barbecue. So Diane, what's the?
60.
60. So if you're 60 or above, there'll be information coming out for you to buy tickets. Very reasonable rate for tickets for that.
What about a 27-year-old selectman?
Well, I was going to say that
He's serving.
the selectmen have to come and serve, so.
On the Old Home Day, Matt,
Yeah.
I got an email from Pat requesting to
Masterson.
use the electronic sign to advertise
Oh, yeah.
Old
yeah,
Home Day.
We
So I
could,
just want to
yeah.
run it by the board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll
Oh, and
work.
then isn't there the
Put it to transfer
Rennick
station.
thing?
No, I think she wants to leave it. I don't know where she
I
wants
don't
to
want that.
Yeah, yeah.
say that. How
I'm good
board
with
feel?
it if,
Yeah, I'm great, yeah.
Okay.
but yeah, so everybody just mark your calendars for that and hopefully there'll be nice weather and we should be good to go.
Selectmen's non-public minutes dated July 2. Can I get a motion to approve Selectmen's non-public and public meetings
So moved.
dated July 2021, July 27, 2021, and August 3rd, 2021? I need a second. Charlie
Second.
made the motion. Second by Edvin. Any discussion? Kate?
Oops, aye.
Edvin?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Aye. And I'm an aye. And review non-public session minutes for unsealing.
Motion to adjourn.
I have to go to boys' room.
So moved.